September 7, 1996. Las Vegas. A black BMW cruises down the strip. In the passenger seat sits Tupac Shakur, rap's most influential voice. Moments later, gunfire erupts. 4 bullets tear through the car door. Tupac is hit. 6 days later, he's gone. But nearly 30 years later, no one has been convicted. Was it a random drive-by or a carefully planned assassination? Tupac wasn't just a rapper. He was a poet, an activist, and a revolutionary voice for millions. But his life was cut short in a hail of bullets on that warm Vegas night. For decades, fans and investigators alike have asked the same questions. Why was Tupac killed? Who pulled the trigger? And could this murder have been prevented? On September 7, 1996, Tupac and Death Row CEO Suge Knight attended a Mike Tyson fight at the MGM Grand. After the match, Tupac got into an altercation with a member of the Southside Crips gang in the hotel lobby. Surveillance footage shows Tupac throwing the first punch. Hours later, as Tupac and Suge drove down Las Vegas Boulevard in a black BMW, a white Cadillac pulled up alongside them. The passenger window rolled down. Shots rang out. Tupac was struck 4 times. Suge Knight survived with only minor injuries. But was this random gang retaliation or something far more sinister? The murder investigation quickly spiraled into chaos. Witnesses refused to cooperate, evidence went missing, and the Las Vegas Police Department's handling of the case raised more questions than answers. There are many theories about who killed Tupac. Some believe it was gang retaliation. The Southside Crips may have sought revenge for Tupac's earlier attack in the MGM lobby. Orlando Anderson, the man Tupac punched, became the prime suspect, but was killed in an unrelated shooting before he could be charged. Others point to the East Coast versus West Coast rivalry. The feud between Tupac and the notorious B.I.G. had escalated to dangerous levels. Could Biggie's camp have orchestrated the hit? Or was Tupac's murder revenge for Biggie's own shooting in 1994? Another theory is that Suge Knight himself was involved. Some allege that he had his own artist killed. Why? Tupac was reportedly planning to leave Death Row and start his own label. Was he silenced before he could take his music and money elsewhere? A more chilling theory suggests government agencies wanted Tupac dead due to his influence on black youth and alleged connections to revolutionary movements. Could this have been an assassination disguised as a gang-related shooting? Years passed, no arrests, no justice, and no closure for millions of fans around the world. Tupac's murder remains officially unsolved, but in 2023, new developments surfaced. Las Vegas police confirmed a renewed investigation after a search of a home linked to Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, a man who once claimed to be in the car during the shooting. Could we finally be close to answers? And yet others believe the truth is buried too deep. Witness intimidation, corrupt officials, missing evidence, it all points to a larger cover-up. But why would anyone want to silence investigations into Tupac's murder? Some suggest it wasn't just about silencing a man. It was about controlling a movement. Tupac wasn't only a rapper, he was a voice for the marginalized, a symbol of rebellion against systems of power. His lyrics often spoke of police brutality, systemic racism, and government corruption. Was he becoming too powerful, too influential, for certain people to allow him to continue? Consider the strange behavior of law enforcement in the days after the murder. Reports surfaced that key witnesses were never properly interviewed. Others claim they were threatened into silence. One Las Vegas officer, speaking anonymously years later, said, "We were told from higher up to drop it. Don't dig too deep. Don't make enemies you can't handle." What enemies could he mean? And then there are the financial ties. Tupac's music was worth millions, but his masters and contracts were tied up in complicated deals with Death Row Records. Suge Knight was known for running his label like a criminal empire. Could killing Tupac have been a calculated business decision to keep control of his work and to stop him from breaking free? Even stranger is the timeline. Just days before his death, Tupac was reportedly preparing to leave Death Row to start his own label, Machiavelli Records. He even hinted at it in interviews, saying he wanted to create a platform for young black artists, free from corporate control. If he succeeded, Death Row's power and Suge Knight's fortune could have crumbled. Was Tupac's murder about money as much as it was about revenge? There's also the chilling possibility of East Coast involvement. The rivalry between
alive, living in Cuba under a new identity. Others believed he was killed by federal agencies, viewing him as a dangerous revolutionary who could unite people against systemic oppression. Could it all be connected? A powerful artist silenced, a movement disrupted, and an entire generation left with questions that may never be answered.
And yet others believe the truth is buried too deep. Witness intimidation, corrupt officials, missing evidence, it all points to a larger cover-up. The murder of Tupac Shakur isn't just a crime story, it's a cultural wound that's never healed. Was Tupac killed by gang violence? Did Suge Knight play a role? Or was this the work of powerful forces who wanted to silence his voice forever? What do you think? Was Tupac's death a random act or an assassination? Could this mystery ever truly be solved? Let us know your theory in the comments. If you're fascinated by hip-hop mysteries, crime stories, and untold truths, hit that like button and subscribe. We have more stories coming that will make you question everything you thought you knew, because in the world of unsolved murders, silence speaks louder than words.